Do you have a sense of how many men you've slept with?
Yeah, it's not like 300 or anything. It's like 136, I think.
136? Okay.
Yeah. Which is a lot, but
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there one week where there was just like you went on a tear and it was like 20 dudes?
Yeah.
Do you know how much in the most in 1 week? Like 30, 20, 30?
Not 20 to 30. It's probably like 8 to 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
8 to 10. So that one, the 6 in the night, that was just, you went hard.
Yeah.
You went hard.
I went ham.
Okay.
How much should your man make in a year?
Can we make it monthly?
Sure.
At least 100K a month.
Isn't that a bit high compared to the average income out there?
Well, if I'm talking about my partner, I don't think so.
Why not?
If I'm making 10K a month, he should be making 10 times more than me. And that kind of puts me in the feminine position, and I view him as the masculine, as the main provider in our family, as we're going to grow, expand our family.
100K a month? She's not even that attractive, maybe a 4 to 5 without makeup. The only man making 100K a month is using her face for NBA full-court basketball. Between her forehead and teeth, you've got all the backboards you need. These women are beyond delusional when they aren't even close to high value. The entitlement is off the charts.
Nobody thinks they're average, or most people do not think that they are average. Is this confidence or is this delusion? And what inspired this video was me posting a TikTok from one of my girl interviews. To say the comments were concerning and eye-opening is actually an understatement. So now let me read some of the comments to you. Average has nothing to do with me. Some of us don't want to be average. LOL, okay, but these are based on averages and I'm not looking for an average man. I don't give an F. I want my man to be pulling 500K. My soul left my body when I read that one. No one can survive with less than 70K. Let's be very for real. Are we okay? If you can't survive on 70K, you have a spending problem.
Can you identify as a black person?
No,
Why?
because I'm not black.
I'm not a woman, but I can identify as a woman according to you.
If you transition, maybe.
What defines a transition?
If that's your goal, you know?
If you believe it.
Sure.
If you believe you're black, why aren't you black?
Well, that's just not, that's like genetics. That's like ancestry.
You're also born a man or a woman. It's the same thing. That's also genetics.
Okay, I'm over it.
I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to find someone that makes them happy. I want everybody to live a beautiful life that they want for themselves. I don't wish ill on anybody, but I can't stand the delusion. Now we all got to sit here and we got to be like, oh yeah, this is great. You know, this is somebody who could get 95% of guys. And imagine going through life with that sense of delusion. Like we see it, and this is an extreme example, but when women walk around like that, imagine walking around thinking, I could get 95% of guys. How many guys are you telling no to because you think you're better than them? Are you? Or is it in your head? Just think about it. If you don't want to wind up alone, you have to have a realistic assessment of what you bring to the table, of your looks, of your capabilities, of what you're willing to do in a relationship, of your character. All of it.
Men always just want virgins that hadn't had sex with anyone and are really good girls. Like you want younger women as well, so it's like that whole predator vibes.
What if I said women are stupid, can't make money, short, and weak because they want a guy that makes more money than them, taller than them, more confident, ambitious, etc. That would be ludicrous, wouldn't it? We don't shame female preferences. Okay? When a woman says, I want a man that's tall, makes money, etc., you go, girl, you deserve it. That's your preferences. If I say, I want a girl that's not a hoe, that has some sexual temperance, isn't going to embarrass me when I walk in a room, beautiful, young, etc. That's considered, oh, that's toxic and masculine. We demonize male preferences, but we don't demonize female preferences.
So what about the women that didn't choose to raise a kid on their own?
Of the 50+% divorce rate, women are filing 70-80% of all divorces. Women are choosing to wreck their own homes every day. Men are not choosing to wreck their own homes and make women single parents. That's a choice that women are making.
Why? Because their husbands are trash, treating them badly?
Now here we go with the ad hominem stuff. This is the same stuff that's been piped into the culture forever. That when a woman chooses to break her home, it's always the man's fault.
Said, Chase, would you rather smash the hottest trans woman in the world or the oldest woman in the world? Honestly, bro, the oldest woman in the world, because then I wouldn't be gay. Are you like, Chase, how dare you be transphobic?
Yes, actually, what the f do you mean?
Because if I had sex with a trans woman, I'd be having sex with a biological man, and I don't want to do that. Because I'd be gay if I had sex with a biological man.
That's not gay.
That's
And
gay.
I don't even shut the f up, actually.
I'm
She's right. I mean, that's really
But
hateful,
she's not, would technically be homosexual. A trans woman is a biological man. Sue me, it's true. You know what God said? It said he made them man and women. Who knew that stating biological facts would make people walk off the show?
Okay, on a serious note, where do like the 28-year-old single men hang out at? Because like
28 to like 30.
You're so right. We're bopping around the West Village, and I'm looking.
I'm looking. Eyes are peeled,
but I'm not finding them. So if you're 28 and single,
where you live in New York, it shouldn't be that hard to find.
Our school is connected to a hospital, so I'm dressed up, and there's a lot of real doctors here, so let me just, in case there's a husband. Husband, where you at? Doctors. Dr. Daddies, where y'all at? We're here for y'all.
Stop! Attention! If you want to be my husband and you live on this road, come outside now!
Where is the best place to find a husband? I'll go first. Instagram, and you want to know why? I don't know about you, but I believe the boy needs to put in the work. Like, boy, chase me, come after me.
No, thank you.
Like, I'm not trying to play games, but Cinderella did not chase after the prince. You see, when a dude hits you up on Instagram, he has no idea where you live unless you have it listed in your bio. Chances are, if you don't already know each other, you don't live in the same city. Girl, he's gonna have to buy a plane ticket or drive across the country to come meet you. And that's exactly the kind of effort we want and deserve. So let me tell you, when this guy Jake commented on my Instagram, I added him on Facebook. I didn't want him sliding into my DMs, I wanted him sliding into my Facebook Messenger. We sent lengthy messages back and forth for about 2 months. He invited me to come up to Northern California and hang out with his family, which was about 10 hours away. I said no, but I'll be in Maui on my family vacation if you want to come. That boy bought a plane ticket to Maui. I didn't even tell him what time we were flying in. Respond to your Instagram comments, ladies.
I don't want any of my income to be needed in the family. I want the man to be 100% the supporter, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna work and I'm not gonna have my own business or whatever.
But you would want the family to be able to live solely off of your
yes,
husband's
100% solely off of my husband. I don't want me to have to use my income at all.
So her money is her money, and her man's money is also her money. And it's funny, people will see videos like this and their only response is, oh, but not all women are like that. Okay, that's fine, but obviously there are women who are like this.
Shit still boggles my mind. If a girl wants a guy who's older, it's a preference. If a guy wants a girl who's younger, it's creepy and immature. If a girl doesn't want to date a short guy, it's a preference. If a guy doesn't want to date a girl that's overweight, he's an asshole who's not focused on the things that matter. If a girl wants a guy who can take charge, it's a preference. If a guy wants a girl who will submit to his lead, he's, you guessed it, misogynistic. If a girl sets a boundary, it's empowering. If a guy sets a boundary, it's controlling. Women have preferences, men have something wrong with them. This isn't a double standard, it's just illogical. So why does anyone accept this?
In what women want, I suppose, I don't think a lot changes about what people want. But I suppose if I were to make a cultural observation, it would come up for people that, how do I find someone who's either playing at my level or someone who accepts my level, whether it's financially or what I've achieved in my life, the work that I do. That's something that, you know, is obviously a modern day thing. And I think a lot of people are asking, how do I find someone who's not intimidated by where I am in my life?
What do you mean by that? Be specific.
That I earn more potentially.
As a woman.
As a woman. That I have a high status job. Not everyone, but there's a decent amount of that, of people worrying that they're either going to intimidate someone or they're proactively looking for someone that is playing at their level. It's hard sometimes to say whether that's because they genuinely want someone who's playing at their level, or because they're just worried that if they find someone who's not playing at their level, that person's going to have an issue with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What's are women struggling to be attracted to guys that don't have that level of education, don't have that level of employment that they do? Are they struggling to date down, so to speak?
From an attraction point of view?
Yes.
I mean, look, there has to be some. I know that I've spoken to very successful groups of business women who are really playing at a high level.
Yep.
And sometimes in those circles, which by the way, I don't think like the ultra high achieving, like type A, you're in that, like, you know, made millions of dollars. Like, that's a unique group of people. But I have experienced being in those circles where one of the first things I get asked is, well, how do I find someone who is also, you know, playing at this level? And I always feel like saying at that point, isn't surely the reason to achieve all of this is so that you can choose anyone you want, not so that you can kind of go, now that I'm in this top 0.5%, I need to find someone in that top 5% in a socioeconomic sphere. I always think to me, the reason to make money, the reason to build something or to just have a job that takes care of you and your family potentially.
Minimum height.
6 feet.
Yeah, that's where they get you. Would you exclude obesity?
Absolutely.
Minimum income. So
I'm gonna say at least 200.
200 grand?
You can be 30 years
Oh
old and
my
make
goodness. Take a guess at what percentage of men fit this criteria? 2%? Much lower. It's 0.049%.
All right, is this going on the TV?
Most men will only experience unconditional love from their mothers, and some of us don't even get that. Most of us have never even felt appreciation or respect without conditions or hidden intentions. We don't know what it sounds like to hear, "I see you, and I'm proud of you. I'm glad you're here. You really make a difference." Yet the expectation is to constantly be displaying the strength and love that the world is hesitant in conveying. We're expected to have a thick skin but get judged if it turns to a hard shell. The first step in being a man is ignoring the hunger. Because yes, boy, you're going to be starving. Starved of attention, starved of affirmation, starved of love, starved of being told that you are enough. Step 2 in being a man is comfortability with replaceability. You are only as good as you are useful. You are only as valuable as you are needed by others. Should there ever come a day, boy, where you fail to provide everybody with a smiling face, then do not be surprised when they say all men do is take up space.
Guys don't like to think about women haven't been with anybody before them. At all. Like no one at all. They prefer to just be like, the vagina was closed before they got there, and then it opened, and now it's in process. Like, they just can't. They don't want to visualize it. It's very uncomfortable for them to do that. So the more partners you've had, the more you start to seem like an open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 7-Eleven. They're not into it. It just is. Also, if they're looking at you seriously, they're saying, this could be the mother of my child, gonna be pregnant. Like it's a clash. Like promiscuity and that family, it's just a clash in their head. They don't like it.
How much should a guy earn for you to date him?
Over 500K! Slightly uncomfortable even though I have shorts underneath. I just feel like I'm gonna get a lot of eyes.
Let's say I was gonna take you out on a date. What's the most I should spend?
The most you should spend? The limit is endless.
Have you ever seen a man on a dating app say he's looking for someone with a good sense of humor? Because in this very well-known study, they found that when women said they wanted someone with a good sense of humor, they meant someone who will make them laugh. But when men said they wanted a woman with a good sense of humor, they meant a woman who will laugh at their jokes. In every other context other than friendship, men preferred women who would laugh at their jokes over women who would make jokes themselves. And that's like the least surprising thing ever, but it's kind of funny to have empirical scientific data to back it up. What is it though? Is it that men are like threatened by funny women?
Instinctually, women want a man to be a leader. But there's programming in society, typically from feminism, which tells women to go be boss babes and to, you know,
you can be that leader.
Well, so I think what you have is women still, like on some, as you said, instinctual level, want a leader. Yet it's not clear to me if, granted, and I think men are also failing at this too, in the sense that there's a lot of men that are not up to par. But I also think that even if they do find a man who's up to par, a lot of women are not prepared to follow. Because in order to be led, you need to be a follower. Yeah. That's the paradigm. So I think a lot of women are not prepared to be followers.
I'm done with situationships with guys who just use me because, you know, they want to sleep with me, or they just, you know, want to hook up with me, or like or something like that.
Let me guess. You've realized your worth now as an older woman. You have matured, and you're just not gonna make the same mistakes because your value at 30 plus is so much higher now. So the next guy that comes around is gonna have to jump through 10 times the hoops.
If you're a male and you're like, what the hell, there's no good females out there to date, these are all trash options, what do I do? I was talking to my boyfriend the other day and he was telling me that he had such a hard time finding a girlfriend before he met me, and this is why. Tell me if you agree. So he would walk up to a lot of different females. That's basically what he did to me. That's how he found me, okay? And when he walked up to these females, he would say, hi, just like that, and want to start a conversation. He said so many people would just look him in the eyes and either just walk away, like straight up, look at him and just leave, or they would give him like the biggest resting bitch face and then be such a bitch to him that it's like, why would you even want to have a conversation? It's like you're talking to a wall or someone that like wants to stab you in the face. It was really, really uncomfortable. In fact, we actually did this little exercise. It was funny. Like he was sitting down on the beach and then I was going for a walk. And when I got back from my walk, I walked up to him pretending like I didn't know him. And I'm just like, hi, nice to meet you. What book are you reading? And he looked at me like he wanted to kill me. And he was like, it's a book about houses or something like that. I don't know what he said. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like really trying to have a conversation, but it's like, how the fuck do you have a conversation with someone when they don't want to talk to you and they're like, what, like, why are you in my space? And they look at you like you're almost an alien, okay? So females, if you're listening to this video, that is from a male perspective, okay? So if you're a male and you're watching this video, I totally get it, okay? Like there are many people out there that probably look at you like you're absolutely crazy, okay? Females, if you're watching this video, just be aware that if someone comes up to talk to you, it takes a lot of courage to do that. Just like walking up to someone in general is very intimidating and scary, okay? And you're probably beautiful, okay? So that's why they're walking up to you. So if anything, just be a little bit more nice when they do walk up to you, have a conversation. I mean, they are a human being. So if anything, you can just have like a fun, nice conversation. I get it. If like you don't want to be bothered, just say like, oh yeah, this is the book I'm reading. It's called How Emotions Are Made. Yeah, but if you don't mind, I was just really busy reading, I'm going to keep doing my thing if that's okay. Something like that is so simple. It's very polite. And honestly, I think that's kind of like what I always did when I lived in Chicago. I sat in the Riverwalk and so many people would just walk up to me randomly. But I think it's very good to always be open to people, always be open to opportunity. And if you don't like someone, that's fine too. You can just straight up say like, thank you for having, or like starting a conversation. Like I'm doing my own thing and that's that, okay? But I did think it was very interesting from a male perspective that it is very challenging to find people in this world that will just be very open and have a conversation. That's why he told me, he's like, when I came up to you, you were like the friendliest person that I've talked to in a very long time. And we ended up talking for like the entire sunset, and it was like pitch black outside and we were still talking, and it was just amazing. Like, we had a ton in common, and it was just like the vibe was instantly there. So like maybe it was a coincidence, I don't know, but you know, just try to be more open to opportunity from both sides of the story, okay? Males and females. Males, I'll just say, keep going out there, keep finding your people, keep doing your thing. And females, keep smiling, keep putting away that resting bitch face, and just be open to opportunities. And honestly, like, we can switch sides too. Like, females can walk up to males, right? And males, don't be so like, you know, like, oh my God, like I'm so cool and like stuff like that. If a female walks up to you to have a conversation, like, just be open to it. Honestly, I think that's the main way we're going to get rid of like the modern dating of using a dating app and finding like trash options on there, okay? Because it's so easy to hide behind your phone and do this stuff. So get some courage and good luck. Put a smile on your face and good luck. I love you. Bye.
What's your price?
I'm 23, so like I'll say at least like 10K.
Let's say
50 million. Probably around there.
10K?
Yeah.
What's your price, Cat?
Give me about
3,000-4,000. I'll be all right. I'll be out here. I'm easy. Just give me money. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just give my shit so I can go.
Okay. What's your price?
My price is like 15K to 20K.
Like 50K.
I either fuck for love or for money, and currently it's been for money. Oh, so you fucked them for money? Yeah. Good thing. Yeah. Oh my God, thank God.
What about money?
Money is not important.
Would you marry an ugly man?
I've married one.
No, I look at my other man now.
What do you think?
Disgusting.
Why?
Any girl with any decency would never walk in the street with a man. Disgusting.
Well, I think it's just a gimmick, and I don't think any girl in their right mind will wear it.
If you think men are such vile creatures that are just put on this earth to watch women suffer and laugh at it, why don't you just go date a whole ass woman? Like, fuck going to therapy and healing. Just go date a woman. Considering if you look at the rates of domestic violence, lesbians take up the majority of it. It's not even the heteros or the gays beating the shit out of each other. It's the girls. Go date a woman. Come back. Thank you.
You want a high value man? So do you want a guy who's got status or wealth?
Not necessarily wealth, but just has something going for himself.
My argument here would be the more money he gets, the less he cares about your money.
Right, but those type of men want to be able to have an intellectual conversation.
No,
with a
not
woman.
really.
Now look at the difference between these two women.
For better,
For better,
for worse,
for worse,
for richer,
for richer,
for poorer.
for poorer.
We hit that snag about 20 times in counseling. Real made it very clear to Jonathan, you cannot be broke. In sickness. And in health. To love. Cherish. And to obey.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling. Yes, we did. So you want me to repeat that again? You want to just keep going?
I think we can keep going.
All right.
I'll forever submit to you, Miles. I'll forever respect you, Miles. I'll forever honor you, Miles, as the head of our home. In heaven, they hear. On earth, I declare and decree, I shall be a submissive wife unto you.
I don't know about you, but I know which one.
My shit first, so I don't know why you.
Get all your stuff and get out.
He wasn't the one to say that shit.
Deuces.
Deuces to you, bitch.
Yeah, get out. You already kicked out. I'm going back to Angie.
No, you not.
Yeah, I'm going back to Angie.
No, you not.
Your stuff and go. Angie's coming back. You know, she lasted probably, 5 days? You know, a week, 7 days. And she's already tooted and booted.
I would go to these frat parties, I would guys, whatever. There was this one night though, and I was like, hey, you know, I talked to them all individually. I'm like, hey, so I'm gonna just be waiting in this closet. I don't even care about the party. I'm gonna be waiting in this closet. It's their laundry room, and just like come in whenever and f me. Like I'll just sit here and be like a human doll basically.
So anyone? You didn't care who?
No, I didn't. I was like, just I'll be in this closet. Like, come fuck me if you want. If you get home. I was on birth control. I let them all come at me.
Huh? She belongs to the streets. Something is wrong with you.
What number employee are you of Tesla?
I would say I'm probably in the 300s.
How good was their offer?
Gave us a lot of stock options to start with. I mean, they gave us 40,000 options. My strike price was 90 cents.
No.
Your strike price was 90 cents?
was my strike price. Oh yeah, I was like, at 90 cents, who's going to take them seriously? I mean, because I surely wasn't. I mean, I loved the job, but I didn't take it. At 90 cents, who cares? Well, I got $40,000. Whoop-dee. You know, that's all it was back then, but that's $50 million today.
Oh my gosh.
So what did you do with those options?
Well, I kept them, and then I went through a divorce, and the divorce lawyer convinced the judge that the Tesla was going to go out of business in 2013, and they sold them all.
No. That's the most expensive attorney I think I've ever.
Oh, yeah, but it was, you know, like whatever, 60 grand or something at the time, but now that's $50 million. I actually did some research to see if I had a case against the lawyer, but I don't. Even though he convinced the judge that they were going to go out of business and we're going to have to sell the stock to pay his lawyer fees.
How often does that keep you up at night?
I'm praying for an African man that want to come over here and be my husband. I help you get your green card, your visa. I got food stamps. I got child support. I take care of you. You come over here, be a father to my daughters, carnation, cremation, cash happy, and my other kids. I'm just here. I'm looking for a man, or you could be an American man as well. But come over here. I buy you a car.
Do you want to have the hottest boyfriend ever? Yes, of course you do. Well, here is the best way to find the hottest guys. And no, it's not Tinder. It is literally so simple. All you do is go to a modeling agency, click your area, click whoever you're interested in, and scroll through all of the hot guys around you. Now, once you finally find someone you're interested in, I think Brent's pretty cute. Click their profile. And then from there, you can see all about them and click their Instagram. Now, obviously, go DM them and chances are they'll probably respond. You're welcome.
They put so much effort into finding these guys, but don't actually put out that much effort into the relationship. No wonder why they keep having to find boyfriends. They honestly got their priorities wrong. They always seem to find the man, but just can't keep the man.
All right, if you're going rich husband hunting, please listen up. I'm not talking about this commenter specifically, but I've gotten some stories from my friends that work at some of the places that I've recommended, and we need some clarification here. All right, if it's a restaurant bar that I'm recommending, go between 6:30 and 8:30 p.m. on a Wednesday or Thursday. If it's like a bar, I would say Wednesday or Thursday through Saturday between like 10 p.m. and midnight, because nothing good happens after midnight. And if it's a lunch spot, I've recommended, I would say between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. You have to remember that like these men are working. They're not the people that are going to early lunch at 12 p.m. or going to a 5 p.m. dinner. And also when you're going out, like you have to order your first drink. I don't know why that's not like a given. But yeah, if you have any other questions, please let me know. Yeah. Bye guys.
And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.